G'day. I'm out in the middle of the desert, Northern Territory Desert. Sort of quite a distance from a lot of places. I'm about 300-400 kilometres from Alice Springs, and I think about 500 from Tennant Creek, and so on and so forth. In this video I was going to tell you all sorts of things, but what I've had is I've had a lot of people who are quite curious to know about the Ranger. I think maybe they've already got them or they're thinking about it. And it was obviously a consideration for me when I looked at the three that were sort of capable of towing 3.5 tonnes. Not that it really matters to me because mine's only 2.5 tonne. It's nice to have a bit of safety either way. Now I don't want to get involved in all the politics of the GCM and all the other calculations. Let's just, I'll walk you through the new Ranger, see if you like it, see if there's some things there you didn't realise that maybe you even own it. A Ranger and didn't even realise they were on your car. Anywho, I'm starting to dribble, so let's go. Good morning and top of the morning to you. Thought you might like to see a different angle of me. I don't know. Anywho, just thought I'd run through a couple of things in the car that's very different to the Prado. First of all, this is a newer car, and because of it has all the controls on the steering wheel, which is pretty nice. The right hand side has got cruise control, and I've worked all that out. Left hand side is the fast forward on the songs. If you're listening to a song and you think, oh, I think I'm over it, press fast forward, all good. You can turn it up, you can turn it down, and you can take a phone call. I'm not sure how to do that, but that's cool. One of the things that is hard to get used to is the Prado. When you could leave the lights on and get out, close the door, and it wouldn't know to turn them off. So that's something I miss. And when you're with this one, you get out the car, it goes beep 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 beep. Oh yeah, the light's okay. And the other thing, I know this is this is a Western problem, but when you come to the car with the Prado, you could just put your hand on the door handle. If you had the keys with you, you could open it. Equally, if you were going to lock the door on your way out, you just put your hand on the handlebar, and that would lock it. But yeah, all a bit trendy, but you really miss those things, because now when you come up to the car, you can't get into it. You've got to press the remote control and got to get in, and little things like that. Oh, they're hard to get used to. Anywho, if that's my only problem about the car, then that's pretty good. And the fuel consumption, I'm not overly in love with that, and I'll probably talk about that at a later stage. With the Prado, I was getting, well, as it turns out, very good fuel consumption. At this one, though, maybe I should have got a Ram or I don't know, a real big car, a real big truck, because it does seem to be using a bit more fuel than I had anticipated. Anywho, let's go forward and enjoy the Ranger. Well, there you have it, the Ford Ranger Wildtrak, my new little beast. Now, I know that some people could make comments about saying, oh, well, you paid too much, got too many kilometres, ranges are not good as blah, blah. I'm sure all those comments can be made, but in fairness, I had time again me, and so I bought what I thought was a pretty good car for my desires, and I'm going to stick with it, obviously. I paid the money. I like it so far. I think I've sorted out the fuel consumption problem. Oh, just before I head off, there's one great little feature I found, so it's worth sharing it. Now, for those who know me well, will know I love my tours. Someone just pointed out yesterday that the automatic, I know it had Triptronic, so what that means is you pull it down to drive, obviously you're already in drive, then you pull it across to S, and then you can change down or up depending which way you push the lever. However, I didn't know that you can go from drive, just click it across to S, which is sports, and in sports mode it just doesn't use sixth gear, so it does all the driving in fifth, and allegedly that's very good for your towing because it doesn't overheat the transmission and the various goodies up under the bonnet. If you found the video helpful, useful and or enjoyable, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed and you think it's worth sharing, that too would be great. And until next time, this is Paul Will Drive, signing off.